Welcome back, guys, to Billy's Tech Tips. Today we're going to be doing a product review. Me and my friend were playing a Let's Play where we started talking about a Radeon R9 Fury X Series Sapphire. And we're talking about the TitanZ compared to the top two cards in the market as we speak of price versus performance. Well, let's find out as we do the review. Okay, first off, we talked about the TitanZ in my last review, a video of the 970, 980 versus the TitanZ, the Titan models. I will put that I will put that link in the description below. But the TitanZ, of course, is a pretty good card. It's the same. The base comparison is that dual GPUs. It has basically almost the same as the AMD, but it's a tad bit lax. This is where the AMD Radeon R9 Fury X comes in. If you look at it, the GPU architecture of a AMD Radeon 300 specifications on the Fury series, even the Fury X is a part of that series from what I'm seeing, is that they all are 28mm GPU architect. Now, as I'm looking, NVIDIA's GPU architect, let's see what we get. NVIDIA GPUs might be a little different. Anyway, guys, so the architect might be saying a little different. The GPUs might be pretty big. They might be the same size. I mean, but you would think AMD and NVIDIA. I mean, NVIDIA works on AMD motherboards, so it's cross-compatible. But AMD are probably a better boost. Like, I have a full AMD system, but I carry AMD products in it, like the CPU, motherboards, only supports AMD. So on that note, it's probably best if I get the AMD to really help out. But I'm gonna do a review. It's just I have plenty of things I can talk about. Okay, the API support, like I was talking about in the NVIDIA series, it supports DirectX 12, OpenGL 4.5. Now, the Titan and the 970, 980 did not support 4.5 OpenGL, only OpenGL 4.4. And now OpenCL, the Titan and NVIDIA support, the Vulkan, it didn't support Mantle, but it did support DirectX 12. So overall, the AMD Radeon does have a little more support as far as that goes. The Fury X also has a high bandwidth memory. Now, HBM is the same thing NVIDIA uses. So don't be confused. NVIDIA uses the same exact thing. It's just a different name. It's high bandwidth memory. It's a gigabytes per second thing. PCI Express version 3.0 is the same. So it's still compatible with the same slots. Virtual Super Resolution, which is the same thing as the really good resolution with the Titan NVIDIA ones. Yes, it supports it. The FreeSync technology is the same thing as the G-Sync technology in NVIDIA. FreeSync is the same, it's supported. So they're basically the same in some aspects. The AMD Liquid DDR technology, that is new to me. I'm not sure exactly what that does, but we will find out what it does. And see, as I'm going through this review, I'm actually amazed. AMD is really coming out on top, and I really might consider switching. I'm not sure. You know, I'm gonna review it more and see what I learned from the comments. Virtual reality presence. Okay, it has to do with the virtual reality presence. Like if you use those virtual reality goggles stuff, it really helps boost that. I'm not sure how NVIDIA tightens up with that, but maybe they do support it. But it doesn't really talk about it too much, so I would recommend AMD for that. The 4K resolution, they still support just like NVIDIA does, so you can still get your 4K resolution. Your frame rate, target control, yes, it's just like NVIDIA has control, it tries to control everything. So they all have the same features and different names for the most part. The audio is built in, which is DDMA audio for AMD. NVIDIA is a little different. HDMI, 4K stereo, 3D depth color, and XV color. Same settings, just different names, but it has a little bit more with the 3D deep color and XVR color. That's something NVIDIA didn't list in there. They just did the 4K with the stereo sounds. And I think the color almost. The power tune technology, so it must have some type of auto control program that does it. NVIDIA does have that kind of program, but it auto tunes and it should tune itself. So NVIDIA should have the same type of program. There's different ones that's called ASUS GPU control, but it has a bad tendency of crashing. I've always overclocked and my cards just kind of crash every time. My drivers failed and I have to restart Windows because things don't load up properly as it should. The zero core power technology, I guess that's to help with the cores, controlling the cores on with the processing and auto keep them running efficiently. That's something NVIDIA, I've not seen anything about NVIDIA, and if they do have it, I have not heard about it. I'll be interested to find out more about it though. If you know any more information, post your links in the comments below and I will check them out and do a review on those. True audio technology, the same as the built-in HDMI audio. That's where the stereo comes in with the HDMI connection, so they work together. Now here's where things get a little bit different. Remember I told you in the other review that NVIDIA only supports 4 displays and only 2 at 5120 resolution. So AMD, they support a total of 6 display ports with MST hub. Now if you don't know what an MST hub, let's look and find out. Most time I would think that's probably a simple little box that you can just, you know, buy. Okay, so yes, it is a little box that you put, I guess you plug it into the HDMI connection, and it has like 4 ports, and I guess those 4 ports can be all different monitors. So something NVIDIA probably doesn't list or talk about. I don't ever see this before, but I guess you can connect like a total like multiple monitors on one port. Instead of having 1 per port, you can have an adapter where you plug it in and you have 4 ports. You can connect 4 different monitors, 4 different feeds, and I guess what the multiple feeds come from and what they're talking about. Okay, so that's a nifty feature because you don't have the ports. You don't want to lose video quality due to going from a DVI to a VGA or VGA to DVI, going back to analog where you lose signal. Then that's probably what you want to do and get with. I mean, I really like this card as it was sold to me. I mean, it's cool, and it has the built-in the water cooling, which really entertains me that it has that. NVIDIA doesn't carry that. You have to buy the interface adapter and change it to get water cooling on it. And if they sold a water cooler with their cards, I am not aware of it, and I've never seen it. Now, H3D technology, the same thing NVIDIA has a 3D technology, and it has the HD setup. The video codecs. Why do I stress this enough? Video codecs is what allows you to see me, allows YouTubers to record, and allows everything. And I was talking about the NVIDIA codecs. So maybe this has better support for better video codecs when trying to record and do things. It has support for a video codec engine VCE. I never heard that one. H times 64.64. That is what OBS uses, and that's what I'm using to record it. Time 264. Time 264 uses CPU support. I'm not sure about GPU. NVIDIA's codec does. So maybe that this card helps work with the CPU, and it takes half of the load off and auto adjusts. Like I said, it auto adjusts the core. So it must like take the load off and adjust the load properly, so that way it doesn't mess up your gameplay or doesn't lag you out or drop your frames or overheat the card. It has MPEG-4, which is I am currently recording in, and I render out as MPEG-4 and 1080 HD pixels. ASP MPEG-2 and MPEG-2 I have not seen in a long time, but it must be really good to support it. VC1 and Blu-ray 3D. Now Blu-ray. I have not seen Blu-ray support in a long time. I remember Blu-rays first came out, and now I don't see them anymore. Well, I do, but I never used Blu-ray in my honest opinion. I never understood it. Some people like it. I don't. I just like to watch a movie. The GPU clock speed up to 1050 megahertz. This is where the difference is. The boost in NVIDIA has a base of 1000. Okay, even its Titan's the lowest has a boost. This one only goes up to 1050 megahertz. So this is better downfall. NVIDIA has better boost on the megahertz in the clock and base. AMD doesn't. So maybe that's where the difference in NVIDIA is. And the GPU, I mean, the memory bandwidth is only 512 gigabytes a second. 512 gigabytes. Oh my god, that's a lot. We're getting like 12 gigabytes in NVIDIA's. So that's a good deal. I mean, 512 gigabytes per second. You know how fast processing that is. I would love to have that. Memory interface, 4,960 bits of high HBM memory, high broadband memory. That is fast. That's processing 4,096 bits per second, and that memory. That's megahertz out the ass. Okay, excuse my language, but seriously, that is freaking beast. I mean, oh my god. Memory amount, 4 gigabyte HBM. Maybe that's why the card doesn't need 12. See, NVIDIA had to give it more. NVIDIA gave more to their cards, but less GBS per second per se, and the HBM works the same as the IV RAM in NVIDIA. So I'm guessing the processing rate's a little bit different. It's faster and uses less resources versus NVIDIA has more and it uses less, I would say, because NVIDIA gives you 12, but it processes that fast, but it uses more. AMD gives you more, 512 GBS per second, but it gives you only 4 gigs of RAM, so that's very good resources. I mean, to minimize the amount of RAM to make it faster, less power usage, and hopefully, I haven't got to that part yet, but also less overheating and faster processing, faster movement, and better quality in your graphics in your video recording. So now we're going to go down to the stream processing unit. That's basically processing your instant actions, your color changes, replay, blur effects, anything you're doing, and that card's processing it's faster. Same as the CPU works the same way. The streaming, how much is processing per resource inside that processor. It has 4,096, 64 compute units. That's 64 units computing, 64 little resources. They're like, let's call them squares. They're processing all that information at once. So it separates the information in pieces and then just processes it and throws it back together as a whole. Alright, required power supply connectors. Now this is where it's different. On the Titan and 970, 980. 970, 980 use a 6-pin connector. The Titan models use a 6-pin and an 8-pin. Now the Radeons use 2 8-pin connectors, so you would need 2 8-pin, which would be 16 connectors. That is a very, very power-hungry card, but I don't know. Let's get to that part. It does AMD Crossfire, maximum number of GPUs and Crossfire bridge internet interconnect required. So AMD Crossfire is the same as NVIDIA SLI, which is the same. Basically, you put a little cable between, they work together and use the same amount of RAM, and it helps boost the processing. That way it takes stress off one card, and the other card can do all the work in one display, or they can both work together with the CPU to have better performance without lag and using quality in your game and dropping FPS per second. So maximum number of CPUs. It does have Crossfire support. No, it doesn't have support. Yeah, none of them have support. It has Crossfire support, but it can only do up to 4 GPUs at a time. It can't support anything more than 4 GPUs. So you can run like 2 cards like this because they're dual GPU cards. Okay, so there are 2 processor units in each card, so you can run 2 at a time. So don't buy 4 of them because they won't work together unless you can set it separately. But that's a whole other system and a whole other video on how to do that. And it Crossfire interconnect required. No, it does not. It has a cross bridge interconnect required. It might not need that. Sometimes the cross bridge is SLI cable of some of the NVIDIA uses. It could work through the PCI slot to communicate like this instead of through a cable on the outside of each card. So it could be slower, it could be faster. I know NVIDIA's are a little bit slower, but if you link them together with cable, it's just like a big shortcut instead of a longer path. So maybe it's better than NVIDIA because you don't require the cable to work together. NVIDIA requires a cable to work. The form factor, the full height dual slot liquid cool. That means it takes up to 2 slots. This card will take up 2 of your PCI slots to run it. One maybe for the actual card, but it covers 2 of them. So if it's take dual slots, I mean it's got some badass power. And it's liquid cooled. Does NVIDIA offer liquid cooled cards? No. They do offer the components to make it, but you'll have to do it yourself unless you special order it. So overall in review of this card, I would say definitely yes on this card. I would love to try the card out, but Lord knows I don't have over 1,000 wherever this card costs to buy it unless I got sponsored by AMD, so or NVIDIA, didn't matter. And at that effect, that would be a long time from now. So down the road we'll work on that. But if any one of you ever have this card, you buy it, you own it, you play with it, you get a chance to review it, please put your link in the description, not in the description, in the comments below, or follow me at Twitter and message me about it. I would love to check it out and see if it's any better than what NVIDIA can do. I guess that's it for this video. Thank you for your time. On the next Let's Review, we'll figure out what to do next, and I will see you in the next video. Not really, you won't see me, but I'll see you. I don't know. Anyways, happy YouTubing. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me at Facebook and Twitter in the bottom below at bvert1990. Thanks for watching and have a good day and happy YouTubing. See you later. And I'm right back, guys. I forgot to mention 2 things this review, so it's like bonus footage, I would say. Okay, it didn't mention the wattage of power supply required, so I would research that before you go out and buy the card and your power supply can handle it, because the more, like I told you in my last video, if you have too many things already running and you add more stuff to it, it could not run at all. And then you're going to be thinking your power supply burnt out, you're going to buy another one, it won't work. So make sure when you buy the card, you read the box and it tells you what the requirements are for wattage at the minimum, and what the PCSU needs to be, the power supply unit. And second of all, I forgot to review is the size. Compared to the Titan, it's like 4 to 5 inches or whatever long, or no, about 10 inches long, something like that. Yeah, it's 10 inches long and 4 inches wide. That is a small card. That card looks about a little less. It didn't give me the dimensions, but it did tell me about it. You know, it did say that what it can do, and I'm just, wow, it's amazing that they took all this power and pumped it in this little bitty card. And that's the good thing about AMD. They're good about packing a lot of punch in a less size. And see, that's the thing about this card. And looking at the reviews of it, they put all this power into it. But if you realize the CPU clock was the slowest part of it, so that could explain a lot of the details. And also the GPU architect, which is 28 millimeters. I'm not sure how big NVIDIA's is. So go find the research and we'll find out. Thanks for watching again. I do apologize, and I will see you never, but you'll see me. So next time I do a review, you'll see me and I'll review again. So thanks for watching. Happy YouTubing and happy YouTubing. If any of you like this video, like tech reviews, please like, comment, and subscribe down below. Follow me at Twitter, bvert1990, and we'll be doing more reviews. So thank you for watching. Enjoy the videos below me. I will post the links in there as long as you can click and watch them. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and thank you. Happy YouTubing.